Hey guys, Legendaray here, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Today, we are at 6951 trophies, trying to go for 7,000 trophies with the 2.9 Mortar Cycle deck. That's right, the deck we all know and love. This deck, honestly, is still doing super duper well in this current ladder meta. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop right into a ladder match. Alrighty, so looks like this match here is going to be against Yassine. 61. Good luck. And starting off here, we do have the tornado, so we can't afford to be a little bit more passive. So we're gonna wait, see if he's gonna make the first move. And okay, let's give him the good luck back. And yeah, he's not gonna make any moves. Let's just go ahead and go with spear goblins right at the bridge. Try and get a little pokey damage. And there we go. It's actually going to, you know, get a little bit of damage, take it down to 3472. And let's see here. Still not making a move. So let's just go ahead and cycle a log real quick, see what he's got. And okay, still not making anything. Let's go with a knight in the back. Just kind of keep prodding at this guy until he makes a commitment. So there we go. Dark Prince in the back. So we'll go ahead and go with those bats right there. And oh, he's got a wizard. What in the world? Okay. Alright, I'll take it. Okay, God, that's not good. What is this? A wizard at 7,000 trophies? Okay, I see you. I see you there. Okay, so here let's go with... Actually, we didn't even need that ice spirit, but yeah, as you can see, we're actually able to finish that off. So I'm sure he does have an elixir advantage, but like, it is what it is. We do have quite a bit to stop bridge spam, so as long as we are smart with how we play the cards, you know, we should be able to come out on top here. Plus, okay, I'm not going to rocket that in case he actually doesn't support that E-Wiz. If he doesn't support that E-Wiz, that's going to be a free King's Tower activation. No, looks like he does support it. That's a big rip in the chat. Let's go with Spear Goblins and then a Mortar right there. And, okay, we're going to have to protect that Mortar, actually, because we don't want that P.E.K.K.A. to take it out. And there we go. That Mortar, hopefully... Okay, there we go. Mortar will actually, you know... finish off that P.E.K.K.A. right there. So let's go with the log right there. Double elixir time, no big deal. Let's go Spear Goblins right there. And yeah, let's see. Okay, he's gonna screw up his Bart Barrel again. So let's go in with a Mortar right there. See what he's got. I don't think he's back to P.E.K.K.A. Okay, he's gonna go with a Dark Prince, of course. And we can just go with a Knight right there. So unfortunately, he does have that P.E.K.K.A. back in cycle, but it is what it is. Let's go our bats and then our spear goblins. Of course, he has that annoying wizard. I know you guys all complained to me about the wizard down in the comments. So let's go ahead and use the tornado, pull everything in right there, and that should allow that to connect, and we should be able to take all this stuff out. So let's go spear goblins. That'll drag everything over, and yeah, going into overtime, you know, we're not playing too aggressively. That's the last thing we want to happen. And here we can just go with a log right there, and then we can go with a knight to finish off that E-Wiz. So as you can see, you know, we're being very careful as to how we play, and here he's gonna go with a pretty big push here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to probably go with a Mortar tank, and oh, that doesn't work. So let's go ahead and go with a Knight right there, and I think that's might be a Mortar lock. I don't know. Okay, looks like it's locked onto the... Oh no, it is gonna be a Mortar lock. Okay, look at that. So there we go. Mortar is on the tower, and it's getting so many hits onto it. So let's go ahead right here, going with a Knight. Oh god, that's gonna connect. Let's go. We're gonna have to nader that back, unfortunately, and he's gonna poison right there. So at this point, what I'm going to do is just try and chip that tower down to 2 rocket range. Right? So let's see here. 2 rocket range. I actually don't remember what the number is. But yeah, we're just going to be cycling our logs, cycling whatever the heck we have. And yeah, seeing if we are able to defend. So let's see here. Okay, let's go with Spear Goblins right there. He's going to go with that Wizard right there. Pretty interesting move. We're just going to go right there, and we can log all this stuff backwards. So there we go. P.E.K.K.A. shouldn't get a hit. Let's go ahead and go in right here with Spear Goblins, followed up with a Knight right there to tank for all of this stuff. And let's go in with a log as well as some bats right there. Hopefully we'll finish off that E-Wiz, and maybe just one hit, please, just one hit on the tower. No, it's not gonna happen. Are you kidding me right now? So let's go in with a Mortar. I think that's fine. Let's go with a Knight right there. And a 1454, we're almost to spell range. So actually, is that spell range? I have not played this deck in so long. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and go in with a log right there. Now that's definitely 2 rockets. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and go in with a mortar right there. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go with a knight towards the center. That'll hopefully pull everything over. Let's go ahead and go with a log again. Let's go ahead and go with some spear goblins right there. And yeah, there we go. 60 seconds left. I think we can go in with our very first rocket. So rocket going in right there. And let's see here. He's going to probably go all in. So we're going to have to, expect a pretty big counter push right here. But the bats just completely take that out. And look at this. We can just send in that rocket. And that's going to be GG. Wow, that was a long first game. But hey, you know what? A win's a win. P.E.K.K.A. control, always an annoying matchup. And as you can see, just by playing very passively, we're actually able to shut it down. Alrighty, so it looks like this match here is going to be against a Chinese player. Oh god, of course, we're up against the Asian players on the last match to 7,000. But that was a joke. Okay, but anyways, starting off, okay, Princess. It might be log bait. I don't like log bait. It's such an iffy matchup. So let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and go with bats right there, and okay, so we do have like the rocket advantage. The one thing that you have to really pay attention to log bait is the cycle of their princesses. So right now he's played 2 cards since that princess. Here we can just go ahead and log this out, and yeah, he's going to Goblin Barrel, but we can just go ahead and activate King's Tower, as well as some Spear Goblins right there. Will prevent all damage onto the tower, and I believe he's played 4 cards, so he is back to the Princess, and oftentimes what a lot of these players try and do is Princess at the bridge. So let's go ahead and go with some, an Ice Spirit right there. We can follow up with a Mortar just to be a little bit aggressive, keep him on his toes, and let's see, we can just go ahead and log that out. Unfortunately, that Dark Goblin is going to do a ton of damage onto that Mortar, but yeah, Mortar will take that out. He's going to use a log onto the Mortar right there, and yeah, there we go. He is, I think, 2 cards from the Princess, so we do have to pay very, very close attention to that. Okay, so let's see. If he's going to give us any rocket value, of course, we're going to take it, but for now, we can just go ahead and go Spear Goblins and then a Knight. Unfortunately, that was not very good of a counter. But yeah, we can just go ahead and go in with another Mortar right there. He probably has like Rascals or a Dark Goblin. Okay, he's going to go with the Dark Goblin again. Let's just go ahead and log that out. It does so much damage. And yeah, there we go. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go with Bats. And then let's go with Spear Goblins right there. His predictive log fails. And that's going to be like 2 Mortar shots or something on the tower. There we go. That was pretty solid. So let's see here. Don't know when, forgot what cycle his Princess is in, but let's just be safe. Go in right there, and then go in with another Mortar. Just keep trying to keep that fast cycle going. And here, we're just going to go ahead and log that. Oh, that was a waste of a log. Oh, God, that's not very good. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go with Bats right there in the back, and then we can go ahead and go right there. Let's go Spear Goblins and then an Ice Spirit to counter that Goblin Barrel, and then we can go ahead and go in with a Mortar right there. So, let's see here. He's going to go with a Prince opposite lane. Let's just go ahead and log that out. Reset the charge of the Prince. Let's see here. Ooh, okay, that was bad Bats right there. That Dark Goblin will unfortunately just absolutely obliterate that right there. And yeah, let's go with Dark Goblin again. Let's go with a Mortar. Let's go ahead, log this out. Let's go ahead, NATO the Prince out of range. Ooh, that was a bad NATO. Oh, that sucks. That's really unfortunate. But let's go ahead, once again, go in with our Spear Goblins and a Knight in the front just to be safe. And yeah, again, this is the last match, so I have to play very, very carefully. So here, let's just go ahead and go with a defensive Mortar. Okay, his tower is 3 rockets away from going down. So depending on what he does here, I can just rocket cycle. So here, let's go ahead, go in. Let's go with an Ice Spirit right there. Mortar will lock onto the Dark Prince, take that out. So there we go. Let's go ahead, go in with rocket numero uno. So here, okay, let's go with a log right there. He probably has Princess back in cycle, so let's go with Goblins right there. And yep, there we go. We're actually going to predict that. And okay, there we go. The Princess does manage to go down. And here we can just go ahead, go with a Knight. And that'll finish that off. Let's always just get a safety Mortar down just in case anything goes wrong. And then we can send in rocket numero 2. Let's go with the log right there. And guys, we're just controlling this match. I don't think there's any way for him to break through at this point. And yeah, there we go. I honestly think we have the game in the bag. He might have just given up. I think he gave up, and this rocket will seal the deal. That's gonna be GG. 7,000 trophies, guys. Look at that. That's pretty cool. For the very first time, I will finally hit 7,000 trophies in Clash Royale. Let's get those trophy animations going, and hey, 7,000 trophies. Let's go. 7,013. And yeah, let's go ahead, hop into hopefully one more match and pray that we don't flop it. So guys, we did it. We hit 7,000 trophies in Clash Royale. Okay, so, you know, I may have tilted down a little bit after the last couple of matches, but hey, you know what? We managed to finally push all the way back up to 7,000 trophies. Now, for those of you who want to see a little more gameplay of this motorcycle deck, well, here we are. I'm going to show a few more replays. Unfortunately, it wasn't live because I just wasn't feeling it, but without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this first one. Alrighty, so this match here, this was definitely a very, very interesting one. I mean, considering that we are just 2 wins away from 7,000 trophies, this is a really, really wacky deck to be running at 7,000 trophies. So anyway, starting off here, of course, you know, classic Clash Royale. Didn't have the tornado in our starting hand. And yeah, we're just going to be cycling our cards in the back. And yeah, he's got a pretty expensive deck, so he's obviously doing the right thing by just holding onto his stuff. And here, I go with Spear Goblins, and of course, he can't just leak so much damage on the tower, so of course he has to go in with that giant skeleton. He's going to go with skeletons as well. I'm just going to go with the Ice Spirit. The splash damage will finish off that giant skeleton nice and easily. And yeah, it's time to go in with a mortar. And here he actually goes with a Sparky, so right now I'm just like, alright, just another giant skeleton Sparky deck. You know, not too bad. We can just rocket out the Sparky and maybe also rocket onto the tower if I feel like it. And here I do kind of fail a Sparky surround, so I have to log just in case. But I mean, it's fine, guys. I'm still at like a 1 elixir advantage at this point. So yeah, let's see here. He's gonna go ahead. And I think he's actually going to go with a giant here. So I'm just like, what in the world is going on? And actually, I got really lucky here. He actually giants at the same time that I mortar. So the mortar does get a lock on the tower. But unfortunately, he's got that annoying wizard. And that wizard's just going to completely destroy the mortar. So yeah, at this point, I'm cycling the bats in the back. Note that I placed that knight at the very last possible placement so that the wizard didn't take out the bats. Here, of course, NATO, Ice Spirit, easy, take care of all that stuff. He actually doesn't have like a small spell, I don't think, and that's actually super duper good for us because he literally has no way to take care of both the Spear Goblins and the bats, which do so much work when you can't take them out, which is why they are actually so effective when paired together. You know, the Spear Goblins and the bats kind of form a zap bait type element. Unless they're running 2 small spells like Snowball and Zap, then there's honestly no way for them to take the stuff out. So here, you know, predictive log, I mean, I was just kind of a cycle as well. Do catch those skeletons. He's going to go with a Sparky in the back, so we load up in the right lane, and the left lane right there. And unfortunately, he does get that giant down. I mean, this deck just has so many tanks in it. And here, actually, this is one important interaction. 2 mortar shots and 1 log will actually kill that wizard. Here, unfortunately, well, I mean, actually, it was pretty fortunate, but the mortar locks onto the tower. So, let's see, we go with a NATO right there. And we just try as hard as we can to possibly distract that Sparky. We even have to log right here because I got a little scared that the Sparky was going to get onto the tower. You know, with the Sparky, you better play it safe than sorry. And here, I go with the mortar opposite lane because my logic here is like, hey, I can just rocket out the Sparky. If he even tries to support the Sparky, and here he does with a giant skeleton, I'm just going to get extra value. So obviously, I just rocket that out, no big deal, and we can go ahead and go in with those Spear Goblins to take that out. And here, meanwhile, you know, the Knight will DPS down that giant in the left side, cycle a log real quick. And yeah, we can go ahead and go in with a mortar. And here, I know the only counter he has in hand is that Sparky, so we go ahead and just, you know, throw that rocket down on that Sparky. He does get that giant down in time, actually, so we're stretching him pretty thin at this point, but unfortunately, he still does get a wizard down. So here, I NATO this stuff into the blind range and then log it out. That takes out the wizard and actually lets that mortar get a hit onto the tower, taking down to 1539. Now, 2 rockets and 2 logs does do, I believe, a little bit over 1500 damage, so Obviously, you want to get a little bit under that because 2 rockets and 2 logs is really expensive. So obviously at this point, I'm just trying to cycle logs onto the tower. So here, I actually just rocket out that Sparky, see if I can get a sneaky connection in, but he does get that giant down in time. So again, I'm just trying to get as much chip damage as I possibly can. And here, the Ice Spirit jumps onto the tower, takes the tower down to 1407, and yeah, we just try and defend this giant push right here. And yeah, obviously, again, no big spell, nice and easy. We'll take that out. And yeah, let's just go ahead and go with that defensive mortar. And honestly, we're just kind of controlling the match at this point. Again, he doesn't have a big spell, so he has no way to actually reach the tower. And again, he doesn't have a small spell, so the bats just take care of all that stuff. And here he goes with a Sparky in the back. So I go ahead and go in with a rocket right there. Now, rocket does 628, so here he's going to go all in right here. I go with the mortar. And let's see, minion horde down, so I go and NATO that down to soften it. I try and surround the Sparky best I can. Doesn't really work, but I go in with a knight right there. Go ahead, go with an Ice Spirit as well. Log will take out that Sparky, and here I just go ahead and NATO as soon as I possibly can, and look at that, I actually managed to defend that. And honestly, he's just spamming everything at the bridge, and as you can see, with all of our small defensive units, we're able to take care of all of his massive pushes. And now rocket log finishes out the tower. Nice and easy match right there. Alright, now this match against Sickness is actually the battle that brought me up above 7,000 trophies a second time. So he's using Golem Lightning, which, you know, may seem like a really bad matchup, but honestly, Golem's a very kind of 50-50. You know, if you have the right start, then you can win pretty easily, but if you don't, then you can get absolutely screwed over. So here he goes with the Goblin Cage. I didn't have too good of a hand, not sure what to do, so I just kind of went in with a little push right there. He's actually going to let that go, which is definitely really interesting. So at this point, I thought he was using Lava Hound, which is why I went in with that mortar. Normally, I wouldn't actually go in with that mortar, so that Golem really caught me off guard. I got really nervous here. But yeah, obviously against Golem, or against any deck in general, you really want to get that King Tower activation. So there, I played that NATO really early just because I was leaking a ton of elixir and I didn't want to really leak much elixir. And here, he gives us so much rocket value. Look at that, entire push gets completely obliterated. He has no elixir because he pretty much went all in right there. And look at that, that bats completely shred that Golem right there. And as you can see, that activated King's Tower is going to put in so much work to take this out. So already, after that first defense right there, we've got his tower down to 1345, and that's basically just 2 rockets. So obviously, you know, if I'm gonna try and chip that tower down to just 1 rocket, but yeah, as you can see here, 1 Spirit Goblin does connect for 2 hits, take it down to 1149, because, you know, I don't really like cycling 2 rockets. Cycling 2 rockets is very, very expensive, and unless I'm very confident that I have control of the match, I usually won't do it. So here, obviously, he's going to go with a Golem in the back, and against Golem, oh, actually, he's going to go with a Dark Prince in the back, my bad, and, yeah, there we go. Hopefully did the bats get some chip damage? No, okay, they actually didn't. Here he's going to Golem right at the bridge, and here I go ahead and go with that defensive mortar, note the optimal placement, and then Knight to keep those Spirit Goblins alive. So here he's going to actually, I think, use a Lightning onto the mortar. No, yes, okay, there we go. He does use that Lightning right there. I go ahead and log that back, destroys that Golem right there, and then Spirit Goblins will finish that off nice and easily. So there we go. And I'm going to go in with another mortar. He goes in with a Goblin Cage. So unfortunately, this mortar was a bit of waste, but the Spirit Goblin does get some on the tower. So I think that's dubs for us. And yeah, there we go. We unfortunately have to spend a lot of elixir taking care of that Executioner, but we do take it out. 28 seconds left. I just rocket out that Mega Minion. He Golems at the bridge, and yeah, unfortunately, that log will not do enough damage to take out the tower, so we have to defend 1 more push. We failed the Golem pull there, so we have to NATO that back, and I think he Lightnings here. Yep, he does, and here I have to go ahead and cycle back to a second mortar. So we go ahead, cycle to that second mortar. So, you know, this deck does have the same principles as Expo. You kind of want to stack mortars on defense against the Golem, and at this point, again, easy dubs, rocket down on the tower, and we've pushed right back up to 7,000 trophies. So there we go. That was some really, really solid gameplay in my opinion, and I definitely hope you guys took something out of that. Really solid pushing session. I think I'm probably done for the season. 7,000 is probably enough, but unfortunately, guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time. bye.